Jerry, a tough one to take that 2 late goals to Taunton and defeat here at Twelham Park. Your views on the game?
Well, we didn't deserve to win the game, that's for sure. If you look at it in isolation, the two halves, I thought the first half was really tight affair. I thought we had some good moments, balls crossing across the box, flashing in there, some set pieces didn't quite get on the end of, and very minimal from them really. Nothing that was really going to be a threat towards our goal. So you come in at half time, you know you're going to go down the slope at Twelham Park. You're always pretty confident. But I have to say, the first 15 minutes, second half, they set their intent. They were on the front foot, and I thought they were better than us in physicality and just a bit of desire, really. And I don't know why that is. It's not for the want of not wanting to try and effort or anything like that. They were a little bit sharper in their thinking. And I thought physically, ironically, they looked like they were a little bit more energetic, and we looked a little bit jaded. And I don't know whether those 13 days without a game has affected us in the other way, rather than having that breather that we felt as if we needed and go again. So no, the 2 goals in isolation are really poor. Weak tackle on the edge of the box, didn't do enough, and even the second phase really, we were too late to react in the box, and they score. We sort of overload it over the far side here as well. And the second one, you know, I mean, the second one goes up to Nick McCooty and he knocks it down. They work well as a 1 and a 2 at the top, but our midfielder non-existent again, and he's allowed to hit a strike in, and obviously it's a mistake from Max, it's gone underneath him. So 2 really poor goals, but we didn't do enough, Mark, second half. That's my honesty in it. And even at half time, where you think, oh, if you don't do enough and it's going to be 0-0, well, you take a point on our pitch, which is really tricky. It's quite lively at the moment, trying to move the ball on there. But we didn't look like a Bath City side second half. We didn't pass it. We didn't show enough options on the ball. We didn't switch play well enough. But we did that first half. So a few questions there, why we didn't, or what was the reasons why we couldn't second half. Sometimes you can't put your finger on it, and sometimes you have to give credit to the opposition. So yeah, well done to Rob and his boys that, you know, they've secured their safety in National League South now. That's a good season for them. And I guess in the end we didn't do enough to win the game.
And another one comes around quickly, of course, 3 days' time away from home, where we have been better away this season. We lost 10 games at home now. Does that surprise you? Do you know any theory to it?
No, we don't really. I mean, the boys talk about the pitch is really difficult at the moment and quite lively, but it's our home ground, and I can't buy into excuses all the time about that. I know it is at times. It's not going to be like a 3G or anything like that, and it's not a surface that we can water a lot, for sure. So yeah, we found it difficult, Mark, and that's something we'll have to look at. That's going to be the end of season analysis, isn't it? What are the games, why are the games that we've lost? Really look at them in detail and see what the reasons are. And like you say, when we've gone away, we seem to have this real good siege mentality where we can go away, but not only compete and sort of stay in games, but be the dominant side as well. So yeah, we've had to chop and round again and change personnel, obviously, and I felt as if the 11 we picked today was the strongest I could, in the shape I could. Because you didn't have 3 centre-backs, you had your 2 full-backs and your 2 centre-backs. But I don't think we were positive enough in that. We didn't get our full-backs high and wide early enough. We didn't get our centre-backs split. We didn't get the midfield rotating. And that's what we do. And that's what Bath City teams have always done over the 5 years. And today it just wasn't meant to be. So we have to lick our wounds. It's not a good one because it's a local derby on a nice sunny day and a big crowd in. So got to thank everyone for turning up. I knew it would be a good atmosphere in here today, and it was. But we didn't give them enough today. I haven't said that very often this season. We really didn't give them enough to go and get behind the boys. So disappointing one. But there's a bigger picture to things, obviously, and we have to analyse that game and just have a little look at it, and then go to Weymouth and try and win every game we possibly can now. That's all we can do. 5 games left, 15 points. Try and win it. It's 8 points now, I think, the gap to playoffs. So it's a lot. It's a big ask now, but we won't give up until it's mathematically impossible. And we'll try and win every game that we've got in front of us.
Yeah, Joe Range you put back in, you said that allowed you to go back to a back 4, presumably just burnt out while you came off.
Yeah, he said to us at half-time he had 5-10 minutes in him, literally. It wasn't his legs, he felt as if it was just his lungs, he had nothing else left. Obviously it's a hot day, first game going back in and starting, so obviously that upsets you as well. You've got to play a central midfielder, then it right back, and that's happened too much this season. We've had to chop and change and put personnel in positions they're not used to, but you have to get on with it. And yeah, I just felt as if we didn't have enough out of the starting 11 and the subs that went on. We didn't have enough who played to the top of their game, and you have to have that in the local derby, and we didn't. So that's the reason why we've lost the game.
I know it's not the way you would have wanted to mark it, but you've agreed a new contract extension. Yeah. Talks with the chairman will go well.
Yeah, really good. They've been sort of ongoing for quite a while now, and we had to pick the right time to announce and pick the right time to get it agreed. And there's some bits in it that we have to speak about sort of internally because of how things may look here going forward with the 3G pitch and things. So, yeah, I'm really happy. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Everyone knows how I feel about this football club, and see some of the stats coming out, some of the wonderful stuff we've done as a group over the 5 years. And it's not just me. I'm always talking about the group of players. Some of those players in that team for Taunton today were part of the first couple of years. And it's always great to see them. But for me, it's moving forward and trying to build a squad now for next season as well. We've got quite a few boys out of contract, and there's going to have to be some lengthy discussions with them. And we know the challenges ahead for next season in that regard as well. So we're going to have to be creative in how we build the squad for sure. And going forward, try and be stronger in those areas. And the challenge will be the strength in depth, because I'm not going to have the type of budgets where you can get 20 players for sure. So I'm going to have to be really creative and look at players who are robust, players that can last sort of 40 plus games a season, and they need a bit of luck with injuries. So I'm delighted to get my deal done. It means we can all settle down. The players are waiting for it, I know. We can all settle down and look forward to what will be a bright future, I'm sure. And then focus first and foremost on Weymouth on Monday and try and win every game we've got in front of us.
Yeah, you want more sort of evolution, not revolution, after the big wholesale changes in the summer.
Absolutely.
You want to keep a lot of this squad around.
No, that's a good point, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. We won't be throwing no hand grenades into the group. I mean, whether individuals want to stay, that'll be their choice as well. Like I said, we're going to have to be creative without spelling out what we've got. We'll have to be creative with the group for sure. And we're going to need players that are going to want to be here for the right reasons, of course. So, yeah, there won't be mass changes and wholesale changes, but there will be 2 or 3 that will inevitably go, and there'll be 2 or 3 that we'll have to bring in. So already that work was started 6 weeks ago. We were working on our recruitment long time ago and preparing for whatever league we may go into. And at the moment, we're preparing for National League South, and we'll get to work quite quickly on that. Some of the chats with the players will have started already next week, and we'll update people accordingly when people get over the line. Like I said, it's positive going forward, because it means now we can settle down and look forward to a bright future.
I really want to pay credit. Ipswich United confirmed champions today.
Oh, wow.
Kutry's done a marvellous job. A 3-0 win over Oxford City to seal it in style.
Oh, wow, that is a great win as well, because Oxford are one of my favourites to go in the playoffs and do really well. So, yeah, congratulations to Dennis. He's a manager that I've spoke to over the course of the season. They've been fantastic, really have. I mean, what an identity they've set, and they've always stayed true to it. That's what I like. Whatever players have gone in, all right, he's had 20 plus players to choose from, which makes me really envious. But the style and the swagger they've got and the way they play has been a credit to Dennis and his team and his staff and his players. And you're right. Congratulations goes to Dennis. Hope they enjoyed their evening. Well done on going up. I'm sure they'll do wonderful in the National League, and they're deserved winners, deserved champions. I've seen them go down to Taunton and dig out a 1-0 win last Saturday, and that's what champions do. They go on to play against teams that it's a bit of a battle and a bit of a fight, but they nick it in the end, and they deserve that. And they've done it in a number of ways. They've done it with real swagger, and they've dug out results. So, yeah, credit to him and his staff and his team. And we'll look forward to seeing them in the National League and watching them closely. I'm sure they'll do well. But for us, it's back to work, and look forward to Weymouth.
Yeah, just final one on that. A couple of days off now, just resting up, you on the players?
Yeah, there'll be some work behind the scenes though. We'll need to, like I said, there's a few in there. They've got knocks and bumps and bruises, some that couldn't carry out 90 minutes football. Even Opie on the bench really was struggling with a hamstring, we found out during the warm-up. So, yeah, we'll have to have a real good look at it and go to Weymouth with what we think will be a team that's going down there to get 3 points. So we're not going down there to do anything other than that. And look forward to going down there on Monday.
Yeah, we look forward to it as well. Commiserations for today.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.